Today we're talking about a parable. A parable is a story that Jesus told, usually an earthly story that has a heavenly meaning to it. An application that you and I can apply to our life. And so we're gonna go to Luke 6 today, 46 through 49. And Jesus tells this story to some of his closest followers. They're the disciples that walked with him and knew him. And this is how Jesus talks to them through this parable. All right, Luke 6, 46. Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and you don't do what I tell you? Right? Everyone who comes to me and hears my words and does them, I will show you what he is like. Here's the story. He is like a man building a house who dug deep and laid a foundation on the rock. And when a flood came against him, the stream broke against the house and it could not shake this house because it had been built well. But the one who hears and does not do my words, he's like a man who built a house on the ground without a foundation. And when the stream broke against it, immediately it fell. And the ruin of that house was great. You know, Jesus is telling this story. He says, there are two men, one who hears my words and does them, and one who hears my words and doesn't do it. And they are like two different houses that on the outside, they look the same. You'd think everything's great on the inside. They got the fence, they got the yard, they got all the things. They got their life put together, they got the family, they got all the things, the job that you want. But when the stress comes, that's the separator. Because one has been built on a foundation that holds him strong, and one is built on a foundation that crumbles as soon as the stress comes. And so the big question for you and me is, so how do I build a house on a foundation? Because that's what I want. No one wants to crumble easily. And the funny thing is, the actual answer to that question is not a secret. It's buried right there in the parable. It's that we build our life on Jesus Christ. We build our life on him. He is the foundation. But that's like a heady thing. Like, what does that actually mean? And that secret's also in the parable. It's right there when he's building the house. It says, this man who built the foundation, he dug deep. He found the bedrock, and block by block, he put the work in to create a foundation to put the house on. This one got lazy. He knew it all. He knew what he was supposed to do, but didn't do the work. Didn't put the blocks down. It didn't do the work to put a foundation behind his house. And so in the end, man, when you and I are building a foundation, what we're doing is what we're doing right now. We're daily showing up to the scriptures, opening the Bible, asking God to show us what he wants for us today. That's shovel by shovel. And then we lay block by block as we show up with each other in a life-giving church and sing songs that teach us the theology of what it's like to follow God and hear his words and apply it to our life. And when we do that daily, weekly, that's shovel by shovel and block by block, building a foundation that when the stress of life comes, those are the people who cry out, Lord, Lord, and know who they're talking about because they spent time with him. Not those that look the right, but crumble the sign of adversity. God, help us ultimately to build a foundation, have the courage to do the hard work now, to know that we are building a life upon your word, and that when we know we hit adversity and crisis, we know what you say and know how to follow you because we spent time with you and we know you. So God, give us the courage today to build, to shovel, to put blocks down and do the hard work. In your name, amen.